Hey y'all, it is week 6 of the garden tour. Technically it's week 7. The last video was week 5.5 because I was like late on it. I don't know. Anyway, so we kind of missed a week in there somewhere, but that's alright. Anyway, we are really doing a lot in the garden. Things are really exploding. So let me show you. We have taken the old hay and not the old hay, it's hay that was rained on, so it wasn't good for feeding animals, but it's perfect for doing what we're doing, which is mulching. Hopefully it didn't have too many seed heads in it, but this is the Moon and Stars watermelon. It's getting a flower. Look, I'm so excited. That's awesome. And we went ahead and mulched. I say we, but actually Emma did it. I have these binding things. You have to come out. Oh, there we go. We are having a real problem with moisture retention in our soil, so we have mulch stuff, so that is helping a lot. My comfrey is still doing really well. Where the leaves have been on the ground, you can see they kind of had some damage, so mulching it has really helped.
Your shadow is covering it.
Oh. Is that better?
Yeah.
My shadow is covering it. There we go. So, but I'm really pleased overall with that. And we still have several baby melons that are doing okay. That one forever was just tiny, and it finally is growing up. This one had an incident with the weed eater last week, but it's obviously bounced back. And this one is just taking off. It's really biting out. So looks really good. Excited about that. We have one more up there. Yeah, looking great. And the zinnias. Look at the beautiful zinnias. I love zinnias. They're nice. Like, they're so pretty. And look, we finally have calendula.
We have one right here, and then
right there. So we have a couple
right here,
there,
and right here.
Yep. And we are going to dry those so I can make. I love calendula sap. That's like one of my favorite things to use it for. So we're gonna make lots of sap. Elderberry bushes. Not sure. We'll see about them as far as berries go. And look, this is just tons of blooms on it. It's the cantaloupe. This pumpkin here, look, it's a sugar pie. We have a baby sugar pie, and let me see. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna bump into it. You show them that, and I'll find. Where'd you go? Here it is. Baby cushaw. I love cushaws. They don't look like a pumpkin. They kind of look more like a squash.
I can't see it. My shadow is blocking.
Okay. There we go. There. And then we have the Big Macs over here, which is finally starting to vine and hopefully setting fruit soon. It's got a bloom. A couple of blooms. So, super excited about that. The black raspberries, of course, had finished. Whoop, I'm flipping the hands off. But the blackberries have been doing really well. And they're about halfway through production. We've been picking a lot, making some cobblers. We're trying to save up. Emma just snagged that one and ate it. We're trying to save up to make at least a couple jars of jam because we just really love the jam. But anyway, as you can see, I guess it should be more of the melon / perennial garden because the melons are going to quickly take over. As you can see, the corn has far exceeded me in height. It is booming. Look at this. And let's see if I can find one. We have seen several ears coming up. So we should be loaded down with corn. Looks like it's pollinating well. You can see there's pollen on it. So the corn looks like it's going to be a great success this year. Super excited about that. All right, so we went by the post office the other day to check our P.O. box, and we were surprised to have a package in there from a viewer. This Rue apron was in there. She saw the video the other day where I needed something to put my squash and zucchini in and didn't have anything, and she thought of us and had it shipped to us. So Holly, thank you so much. That was very sweet of you. I have seen these and wanted one for a very long time, and I cannot even tell you how much I appreciate this. So thank you so much. As you can see, this garden has kind of had a little bit of a transformation. We took down the blueberry netting because blueberries are done, so we took that down. We also took down, God bless you, Emma.
Thank you.
My camera girl had a little sneeze. Anyway, we took down the chicken netting because we have finally finished our eggmobile, the mobile eggmobile, and the chickens are, for the most part, away from this area now. Thank goodness, because they were wreaking havoc on everything. But you can see our 4 pumpkins, Seminole pumpkins from Deep South Homestead. Crazy Daisies are looking awesome, doing great. We weeded this bed and mulched it, and we transplanted. If you saw the video the other day, we transplanted these okra. They're rocking it out. Come over here, Emma. Let me show you. I think it was this plant. Is it this one? Nope, this one. We have baby okras. Look. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So excited. Baby okras. Yes. And we mulched this bed as well. It is doing really well. Let's see. Oh, we got one. We got a ripe one. Where did I put my, here we go. They already picked me up some more pruners because I don't know what happened to mine. They disappeared. Or they got lost. Probably after the hurricane. So I'm gonna just, I had a knife, but I didn't bring it out. So I'm just gonna use these since they're out here. Put it in my handy dandy brew apron. Oh, and look what else is in my apron. It's a solar flare, my very first solar flare. Really excited. I had 3 plants. None of them looked super healthy, so I wasn't sure how they would do. So I'm very pleased to get this beautiful tomato, but look at how pretty it is. Is it focusing on it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now let's check the zucchini because I'm pretty sure I saw a giant zucchini down yonder. We have been feasting on zucchini, and I really need to make some zucchini bread because I think the kids are starting to get tired of sauteed zucchini and squash, but I think it's delicious. Good. I'm not tired of it yet. We usually do, at some point finally you're like, okay, that's enough, because we eat it every day. But it's so good. And I've never had a lot of success freezing it. I just don't prefer it thawed and reheated as far as preserving zucchini. So we do a lot of fresh zucchini, but we don't do a whole lot of preserves. We do preserve some so that we can do like a squash casserole at Christmas time though. For Thanksgiving and Christmas. There we go, crickneck squash. This plant here has been looking a little puny for days, and I keep thinking I'm gonna come out here and find it just done, and it might have a vine borer. I'm not really sure, but we just have let it go because it's been producing, so we haven't been too worried about, Mr. Spider. Go, Mr. Spider. Did you jump off? Yeah. Mr. Spider. So we have just kind of let it go so that we can, go ahead and harvest whatever's on it. This one's a little small, but the color looked good, and since the plant's kind of iffy, I wanted to go ahead and get it off. I'm getting loaded down. This one, another crookneck. Go ahead and sit this one off. Oh, uh-oh. Had a baby stuck to it. We'll throw that one to the pigs. Probably could have let that one go another day. That's all right. They're good size. Oh my. I meant to come out yesterday and get this one, and I forgot. I saw it the day before yesterday and was thinking I would leave it for one more day, which turned into 2 more days, which turned into huge. A squash, or actually a golden zucchini the size of my forearm. That's a big old honkin' zucchini. Did y'all smash? Oh my, y'all smashed this one. Hey. Uh-oh.
They weeded it and launched grass all over it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Okay. It's alright. I think I saved it. It's alrighty. And we have the 3 over here that are still young. You can see the blueberries are done. Let's see if we have any cucumbers. Oh yeah. These are pickling cucumber. We got this stuff to make refrigerator pickles because we haven't got quite enough to can yet as far as cucumbers go. But we definitely have enough for refrigerator pickles. And for refrigerator pickles are delicious, and we will eat them up super fast. This one's skinny on the bottom. It's not quite ready. It's a slicer. And over here, do we have any? I think they came out and grabbed what was ripe yesterday. The kids did. Yep. So there's a couple babies. Nothing quite ready over here. So that's all right. My dill looks great. Gonna use it for our pickles and pickled everything. All of the pickled things we're gonna make. Okra and dilly beans and pickles. Yeah. Our sunflowers look good. Potatoes still look amazing. We have had potato bug larvae on them. We've handpicked. You can see there's a few there, and we sprayed with neem recently. We need to come back and do it again. But the kids really enjoy handpicking them. The little kids. Emma doesn't. I don't. But they like to put them in a cup of like soapy water so they're good. The green bean bed, so we decided as far as the green beans went, they were so weedy, and then there would be a patch of nothing but weeds, and it would be like 10 feet between beans. I'm gonna have 4 plants of beans, and then which are completely overtaken with weeds. I weeded a swath like this, but those plants looked horrible and never stood up, didn't bounce back. They were laying there dying. So we decided at this point we needed to get more beans in the ground if we were going to get a good harvest. So we plowed this, tilled this, and came through and planted the other half pound of bush beans we had. So we put down the weed barrier fabric this time. Hopefully that will help. We should keep on top of it and watering it to hopefully get good germination. Dragon tongue beans are covered in DE because we had quite a few bean beetles. They are about done producing. I've been picking them and they've been producing pretty well. Pretty good little crop considering it was like 22 or 25, I think it was 25 seeds I put in. I think I ended up with like 24 plants. So overall, I'm very pleased with them. They're pretty and productive. I talked to my friend last night that from Seeds for Generations, that's where we got our seeds for them, and she picked 7 gallons of beans yesterday. 6 gallons of the beans were the dragon tongue, and she said there were more on the plants, but it was late in the evening and they ran out of daylight, so they'll have to go back out and pick more. So that's just how productive the dragon tongue beans are. And they have lots, obviously, because they're picking them to eat, and then also for seed saving for their seed company. So just gonna grab what's ripe here, what's ready. I'm actually probably picking a few kind of early, but we are getting bean beetles on here, and I don't want to end up losing my harvest to them because they're kind of decimating the plants a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Before we pulled out the other beans or tilled in the other green beans, we went ahead and picked them too. So I did get a little mess of beans off of them. We didn't just let them go completely to waste. What was there, we went ahead and picked. So it wasn't a whole lot, but we did get a meal's worth. We ate them last night and they were delicious. Wasn't enough for preserving by any means, but it was enough to feed my family, and that makes me happy. All right. Here's a good little mess of harvest in my apron. All right, and oh, let me show you what else we did over here with the beans. My strainer's still out here. That yellow strainer, we had soaked our green beans and we had them in a mason jar, so we poured them in that bowl or that strainer, strain the water out, and apparently didn't get brought in the house when we did that. But we built this trellis out of bamboo. There's like a little bamboo forest on the property, so it was easy, quick, and free. And I planted probably about 50 rattlesnake pole beans over here. So we're pretty excited to try those. We haven't tried them before. And we're really hoping for a great green bean harvest because we need to can beans, y'all. All right, so these pole beans, they're the Kentucky Wonder. They're looking really, really good. That last row trellis only have a few, but that had more of the compost than any of the others. So it'll be all right. We're gonna get a good bit out of at least these 3, and we'll get some out of that, but they are looking really good. Again, we mulched with the hay to try to retain the moisture. We are just not we're getting little thunderstorms that is just enough to barely dampen the ground. We haven't gotten a significant rain in over a week, so hopefully it's calling for a chance of rain every day this week. Hopefully we get real rain and not just these scattered storms that don't really do a whole lot other than make it really humid. And we have had an exceptionally warm week or two. It's been super hot in the 90s, super hot for here, and I'm ready for it to go back to the cooler weather. So let's see, we've got our atomic grapes and our blue goldberries, and we have a couple of those that are just about ripe. Not quite. They could have probably gone a little longer, but I'm bad about coming and pulling these off too soon. Everything is looking really good. I want to show you how to ripe. This one's probably ripe. This great white here looks pretty close. We'll pull it. I want to weigh it. The first great white was 1 pound, 5.5 ounces, and then I pulled a pineapple tomato the other day, and it was 1 pound, 7 ounces. So look at it. It's beautiful and perfect. Yay! All right. We have tons of weeds, just tons of weeds, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna stress too much over it. We'll pull them as we can, but it is what it is. next year, hopefully we can do better about getting some kind of, maybe a weed barrier down, mulching heavier. Well, we didn't mulch at all this year over here, so hopefully we can do better next year. But overall, considering everything, we're really happy. Really, really happy with this. That's a black crim or a black prince, can't remember. So, let me show you what we did over here. Well, let me show you this first. Our melons over here are looking really good. Oh, someone's on me. They're coming up. We're getting baby melons. Really happy about that. Excited about those to try them. They're supposed to be really yummy, which everything I plant is supposed to be really yummy. So I'm just excited about everything, except for bugs flying in my eye. That doesn't excite me. And today was the big project of the morning. We had the brassicas in this bed. We still had cabbage and broccoli. We had taken out the peas, and I think the collards were already gone. Everything had kind of reached its end. The cabbage was really, really wormy and sluggy, so it wasn't really suitable for eating. So what we did was we pulled all that out, fed it to the pigs. Nothing goes to waste. The pigs were super happy to get it. Emma put a marigold in the end because she pulled it from her bed where her peppers were falling over because it was too big. And oh, that's the timer to let us know that the milk needs to go in the fridge. We always put our milk in the freezer for an hour and a half. So anyway, as soon as this video is done, we're gonna go put our milk in the fridge. But anyway, we put in our tomatoes. We had 3 purple Russians, which are a saucing tomato that are supposed to have a really robust flavor. There's 3 on this end. I gotta find the one. I got buried in the straw. One on that end. And then we have 6 Dr. Witchies, which I'm really excited about. Can't wait to try. And then our 1 volunteer pumpkin. And it is looking really good. Went ahead and put it on boards to help keep it from rotting and anything like that happening to it. So, as you can see, the tomato garden is really flourishing. I mean, it's like really, really full. We're starting to get a good bit of ripe tomatoes. I'm probably getting like maybe close to a dozen tomatoes a day. Haven't canned any yet because we just haven't had a whole influx, but they're all loaded down and they're all getting ready to start turning ripe about the same time. So we should be well on our way to canning very soon. And one more thing. You like my apron? I feel like a little kangaroo. So our peppers are looking really good, and I'm gonna go ahead and start picking these banana peppers because we got vinegar in the house, and I don't like them to turn real red. I don't like them to get real hot. I like them when they're yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick those, and we're gonna go ahead and make some pickled peppers because they're the bomb diggity.